This is my 1963 Volkswagen Beetle. Purchased about 3 months ago. Haven't done much to it, but this will be a kind of a build process video. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking, but I'll get you a real good detailed look at just how bad these cars rust. And I'd have to say that this one, it's pretty bad. I'd say 9 out of 10 people would junk this one, just because of where the rust is at. Um, it's not really structural, but it's very inconvenient. And there are some areas on this car, believe it or not, that you can't find good repair panels for them. Mainly being that panel there, which is kind of like your knee board. It's like the underside of the dash, and it serves as the front trunk floor. The only supplier I've seen that carries that panel is in Europe, and it's relatively cheap, but it's almost twice the cost of the panel to ship it here, and there's not anybody reproducing that particular panel. But most of these um, most of these cars rot in the same places. So there's been a lot of aftermarket suppliers that reproduce some of these panels, and they're easily obtainable. Like, you can get them through Sip One or Wolfsburg West or a multitude of custom fabricators. But anyhow, let's get a good once over walk around video of just what I'm dealing with. Car sat in Thomasville, Georgia, for, from what I can tell, the last that the tag was registered was 1990. So, you know, 36 years, 35 years it sat. So, it's a complete car. Well, it was a complete car when I got it. I've pulled the glass and a lot of the interior panels out. The stuff that was just really no good anymore had been moisture soaked and heat cycled so many times it was just warped and just trash. But other than that, it was a pretty complete car. The only thing that it didn't have, that it was missing, were uh, sections of the floor pan were already pretty much gone, and the tail lights, the plastic lenses were melted. But everything else was on the car. All the trim, everything. Um, Motor, pretty standard, 63, 40 horse. It's a fresh air, so I think this is a late 63. Still has the oil bath. It's been converted to 12 volt, but it's all there. We'll start in the back. So at the base of the trunk lid, there's quite a bit of rot on the rear apron, and just at the very bottom, there's some bubbling of the trunk lid, the engine lid. Rust up here in this rear window channel, not terrible, but still needs to be addressed. Probably what caused the parcel tray. Parcel tray wasn't terrible. I'd say 80% of it's still good. There were a few areas where the water from the rear window had run off and started to rot through, but unfortunately it is separated from the top of the parcel tray to the deck lid support, so that's going to have to be replaced, the entire parcel tray, which is a shame because I like to keep as much original metal as I can. Couple little holes there on the side in the wheel wells, just very small, very repairable. For the most part, the interior panels of the car, like the inner rear quarters, are in really good shape. I've just kind of dressed them, sanded them, got all the jute material off that collects moisture and causes a lot of the destruction on the rear ends of these cars. Got all that out, put a quick sand on it, and just hit it with some just basic white primer paint just to keep it from continuing to rust. A couple spots on the roof, nothing major, just where they had Bondo before and it had failed and started to crack. Rear quarter window channel on the bottom, again, not terrible, totally fixable. The rest of the quarter looks really good, except for, you know, the lower 6 inches. So the theme of this car is pretty much everything from 6 inches and down was pretty rotten. Heater channels are gone. This side is actually okay for structure. I'm gonna replace it anyway, but that side is completely wasted. There's sections of the outer portion that are gone, and all you can see is the inner tube, heater tube. Bottom 6 inches of the door, inside and out. The most of the rot is in the door skin, some of the door frame. Other than that, the doors look pretty good. No rot anywhere above that. The hinges are shot. I've got new hinges, but this is part of some of the worst of the destruction on this car. The window channel leaked and caused a lot of rot along this upper windshield channel on the lower. Cowl panel's okay. I think we can patch the dash and the upper part of the windshield mount with fresh metal, come up with a nice bead in the middle. Front quarter lowers, of course. The inner A-pillars wasted. The lower hinge is separated from the floor, or I'm sorry, the lower A-pillar is separated from the floor, which gives this hinge no support. So the door, as you can see, is clamped shut, and it's going to stay that way until that's structurally sound. Little blow through right here. As far as I can tell, this is the only original fender on the car, and I can tell just from the original body color coming through. But all the other fenders are there's no sign of any original body color. Original color of the car was Gulf Blue. It's a L390, I believe, Volkswagen color code, and it's a really pretty color. I don't know why anybody would want to paint it white, but to each their own. Bumpers wasted. Back bumper was better than the front bumper, but the bumper mounts are still really solid, which is a good sign. And that's a trend with this car. It's not rotten in the most common VW spots, but it is rotten in some really odd spots. So I don't have the hood hinges on, but I'll try and lift this up and get a better shot at that knee area. Front firewall looks pretty good. A little bit of rot down on the body seal. Fortunately, the front apron and gas tank lateral supports had some rust, and you can see some blow-throughs on the inner front quarters. So everything that you see will probably end up having to be replaced, including that section on the under dash. The other front quarter, pretty good shape. Lower 6 inches needs to be replaced. Unfortunately, just all the water that was coming through here over the years and rodents that were in the car, they kind of try to make a nest down in this area here. It's actually a tube that runs down through your A-pillar, and you can see from the inside your mounting bolts for your upper and lower door hinges on both sides, and that channel tends to fill up with just crap and junk and stuff that collects moisture and starts to rot the car. So this door, a little different than the other side. Lower 6 inches, of course, inner and outer, but it's got a couple blow-throughs here that are above the lower hinge that will have to just be repaired, because they don't make really repair panels for that far up. Of course, the quarter on this side, lower quarter, from 6 inches. All the fenders need a lot of love, if just not scrap them and start over. I hate to do that, but unfortunately these fenders aren't German. They're probably repro aftermarkets from the 80s, and they're really thin, and they'll never hold up like that one front right fender. Quarter window on this side, same deal. A little bit worse on this side than the other. This car did not have pop outs, and it just basically just collected moisture up here in this channel and started to rot it away. But any rust on this car, any rust that you see in this video has been treated with rust cutter. I've used Ospo. Rust cutter is a little bit stronger solution. Same deal. Phosphoric acid, convert the rust to like black oxide and like a primer. So that's pretty good indicator, pretty good walk around of what we're dealing with. This is that driver's side heater channel. As you can see, the structure is gone. The actual rocker panel is gone. The heater tube is still there, but it's really crunchy. So that's going to need to be completely pulled out and replaced. Tunnel looks pretty good. Looks like someone changed the shift bushing, and that was pretty common way to change your shift bushing, to just drill a hole in the side of the tunnel. I don't like it, but it is what it is. Floor pan on this side completely gone. I basically just stomped my foot through it and cut out some of the, the big hard areas just to get it open. Inner front firewall, sorry, looks okay-ish. I think it can be saved. Unfortunately, these parts of the front quarter panel will need to be repaired. There's some sections that just have become weak, have become thin, especially on that side. So you can kind of see where the light comes through. That's an inner quarter repair, and that's going to need to be done with either one, the firewall, or two, the knee board or luggage floor. Roof looks really good. What you can see there in the video is just glue, spray glue from the factory when they put the headliners in. But the roof looks really good. There's a little bit of roof damage. Looks like maybe it had a branch fall on it or something at some point. And this area here has got a little bit of mud in it. And you can kind of see the evidence of that where they tried to pry that up, but didn't want to compromise the headliner. So it had an original headliner in it when I got it. So that's all been pulled out. But anyhow, that'll need to be gone through, straightened out, and just get skim coated. I think today I'm gonna bite the bullet and go ahead and remove the engine. It'll just make things a little bit easier to see as far as that parcel shelf is concerned, and what steps need to be taken to get it out safely. As you can see in the car, I've got tons of tubing. I'm fixing to brace this car up before any major structural components get cut out of it. Once it's fully braced, then I'll feel more comfortable about removing the doors, and we'll probably start with rocker panels. So how I want to kind of do this car is I want to start with structural and then slowly progress to cosmetics. Now, I mean, it could be argued that this is structural too, but really, it's pretty solid. It just has some cosmetic issues. Um, the wheels and tires were smoked when I got the car. All four wheels were locked, so I've gone through, freed up the brakes, and I just put a fresh set of wide five stock replacements and some cheapo tires. Those will get me by for a little while. But anyway, just wanted to give you a quick teaser. Uh, we'll I'm in no rush to get this done. I'm actually probably building this for someone else, so I'm in absolutely no rush to get it done. But I do work quite a bit on it, and I'll be documenting some of those videos throughout. So anyway, all right, have a good one.